there's just something so wrong in this world that we feel guilty and bad for having certain emotional responses. It's so wrong. And the behavior of bottling things up and swallowing things down, it is for me like the biggest question mark in my mind why this hasn't been changed or hasn't put to change yet. Why do we still accept those conditions which surely don't make us happy? It surely does not make us healthy. It surely does not support any of our mental health. Why do we still continue to accept it? And why do we still continue to exist within this certain set? Why? Because evolution is not happening through it. I think evolution is happening through developing another certain approach towards it, which is not the old one. Because by keeping up the old one, we just continue to exist as we always used to, but we are not here for existing in the old kind of manner. So yeah, there's a lot of change taking place, and I think most of the people are just afraid of losing certain power, security, consistency, and we are just all existing in a whole world of fear right now. So we need to be very careful of what we do and what actions we actually do. So things that we say, for example, or things that we share our opinion on, and things that we label, because what we are doing right now is labeling things out of a state of fear. So that means the way how we label things is not neutrality, care and kindness, because we are in this defend mechanism. And we feel as if we have two options of fight or flight. And when we are in fear and we do not even see any possibility to flee, we tend to go for the fight approach. And by doing so, we hurt others. So it is not the way of kindness at all. But also realizing that there are not only those two ways, you know, you don't only need to fight or flight, which is a quite natural tendency of us to choose from, but there is a third option, and that is kindness and awareness and the connection to yourself and your sense of self. And over the years and over the development of society and norms and values, what has been gone lost is just that this inner connection to self. I think as much as we are right now just distance from ourselves, and the much we suffer from mental health is just due to the fact that we have been distancing ourselves over a decade from our sense of self. There's a lot of pressure on us to just, you know, it seems as if life would not work if you are not part of the system. And that's the biggest fear and the biggest thing that is holding the people back, I think, of actually trying out new things, because it seems as there's no way to actually get around this. And it's huge, guys. It's huge. It's a huge issue that we are facing. So just to sum this up, I think future-wise, we need to start connecting to our sense of self. It is tough. It is like, it contains a lot of energy. It contains a lot of self-control to actually maintain that, because even with just letting the control slip teeny tiny bit, as I did within the past weeks, it already led me to just losing the sense to self. And also experiencing within the last weeks that sensing yourself is not very beneficial for if you also at the same time just want to survive within the system, because the system is not requiring from you or not appreciating if you actually have the connection to your sense of self, because this is not what they want, and this is not what they are requesting from you, and this is not what is like kind of accepted within that system. So this has been the battle I have been in within the past weeks. It's just that I want to connect to my sense of self, but it feels like the system that I'm supposed to exist in right now, or my body is existing in, and my mind, but not my sense of self, is not allowing me to actually have this connection to my sense of self. And I think it's very idiotic, and it's very sad to actually experience this, but things need to change, and things need to be put out there. And without even starting to connect to yourself, we won't even get there, and we will just continue to exist within this system, and things won't change, and we will stay unhappy as we are, especially those people who maybe already had like a glimpse of their self and who already were able to connect to it once. And I think that even makes those things worse. There's so much to this, guys. There is so much complexity. There are so many layers built up over time and over years and over evolution that it's so complex to even peel layer of layer of layer. And what is happening right now is that even more layers are putting up. So what we are fighting with right now is just that society and just the existence of human beings right now is trying to layer up, because there are more emotions filled. So most of us are even just swallowing those emotions down and building layers. So they are starting to exist more layers, and people like me, and I think there are a lot of people out there as well, who are trying to just de-layer and declutter the layers within themselves and whatever is happening around them. Just, even noticing layers of other people and trying to help them to declutter and de-layer themselves, and, just decreasing the level of complexity that most of us have just put in either into or put on ourselves on top of that. It's really hard, and it's a huge responsibility, and it's a huge task, and it's almost seeming impossible to even, find a solution to that problem. I don't know, like what I just have been saying, I don't know where that comes from. I don't know. I just don't know. And the thing is, what's the craziest thing about it, and the most scary thing is actually that with not knowing where it comes from, not knowing like what is actually getting me there to actually put those things out there, there's so much resistance and there's so much fear of just even putting those things out there, because so many people are even just thinking that those kind of approaches that are very unoutspoken, very rare to find, that's wrong. And that's wrong just out of the sense that it hasn't been said by anybody else. And it's so scary to actually go the road of certain, those are realizations I have. And feeling bad about sharing it with people is just so stupid. But this is just, you need to do something new, and you need to step out of this box, because by only reliving what has already been proven and just to strengthen your argumentation by what has already been proven, it just makes you stay within the same kind of box the whole time, your whole life. And yes, staying within that same box might just create the security and consistency that you need for yourself. Okay, fine. Stay within that box. Refer back to old research, refer back to proven things. But you will just exist. You will exist within your box, within the proof, within the research that has been done. People that bring and, make this box bigger are just the people who go beyond the edge of the box. In my entire life, I have always been so scared of going beyond the box because I always felt so wrong for doing so, especially by the people who are just able to stay within the box and whose tendency it is to even stay within that box. Oh my god, this is so smart. Don't listen to the people who try to keep you within the box. People who try to tell you that wherever your statement comes from needs to be proven by things that have already been done research on, are just the people who even have maybe not the ability to look beyond the box and beyond the boundaries that they put themselves within, because they are not ready to even look beyond. Just, oh my god. People over years have been layering the outside of this box to build a certain control, security for those of the people who are not able to survive in case that the boundary of the box gets broken. And this is why I created Mental Health Recovery, Me Hearing. Guys, this is the space where we will find the people and collect and get the people together who are exactly thinking like this, and the people who are beyond this box. People who are realizing that there is a box, and people who are realizing that this box is not good to be there because it is holding us back from whatever is out there that we just do not feel allowed to actually use it. And I think the most important is here to just mention that whatever I am trying to say here is not with the intention to to harm anybody. Is not with the intention to hurt or to just cause pain in this world. This is not my intention, and I think that I just want this world to get better by not harming anybody, by not creating fear. And certain things need to change, and if we do not change ourselves, nobody will, because change is actually not desired. So start listening to yourself, guys. Start finding the connection to yourself. I know that in the world that we are living in, it is not pretty much allowed. It does not seem like there is a trend going towards it, yes, but we are pretty much still at the beginning, and to move this movement forward, just do differently than you used to. Change something that is beneficial for yourself. Change something that is, helping you to actually start going towards the edge of this box that we are all living in, and looking above the edge and trying to figure out things, how to overcome this boundaries that have been lovingly put around us. I think it's time just to, I do not mean to take down these boundaries, because I think there is a reason why they are there, and there are good intentions, and certain people need those. But I think first of all, it is important that we declutter the layers which has been put around this box. Second of all, I think it is important to just find some niches, to go through and to have a glimpse of what is beyond this box. And maybe then coming back and incorporating what's ever beyond this box within our world we are living in a good manner and with a good intention, you know. You're not going beyond the box to make whatever is in this box worse. You're going beyond this box to even maybe building up this box, renovating this box, changing whatever within this box, creating a new box, you know. That is something I think that we should do. Maybe what we can do is just creating a new box which has the tendency to exist for a while. It's not there for always, it's not built for staying there forever. You know, it is, I think, this kind of game of where people are talking about different dimensions, I think it's literally what we are just experiencing right now on a collective level, and also through the time that has been given to actually connect to ourselves. It's just that we start to, you know, first of all, what we need to do it in a collective manner is to declutter the box we are currently living in. We are needing to take down the complexity, the layers of complexity that we put around the box, and trying to start picking like little holes into the wall, just going through it and exploring what's beyond. Not a lot of people have the strength to do so, and to even do that and go beyond the box is very scary and it can be lonely. But what you need to know, that even around this box there you will meet other people. You won't be alone, you will meet other people. And what you then can start to do, once you have found good things, you can either decide to bring them back within the box for now, just to get people already slowly used to. But what will happen after that is just that this box, the walls we are living in right now, will just dissolve. They will go away. And what is then starting to exist is something new. It is a box outside of the box. And we can create something so beyond the box that we are currently living in. Also with the intention, I think what will happen automatically is that we will also put that one into different layers, and then new people, new human beings, new involvement will happen, and we will then should encourage those people to even take down those boxes and go beyond and go beyond. And this is an ongoing, continuous process, and we should not scare away of seeing our own box being, you know, dissolving. We should not be scared of it. And I think this is something, you know, we can go dimension for dimension, we can explore and we can explore. And it's just something that we need to start. It is something that we should start now. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been an absolute blast. This has been a blessing. I can't even tell you how glad I am that I went through this. I even recorded it, I documented it. It's just awesome, and I can't wait to share more, with you regards to this. Let's see if something is happening. We don't know. And I will talk to you very soon. Stay safe with your loved ones. Bye.